Whoa. Here you go, dude. Some early adopter ASMR for you guys. Here you go. Only those of you that are here early get to hear this. You ready? You ready? Here it goes. Oh, yeah, I love that sound. I love that sound. Shared only with you. Isn't that great? God, I love that fucking sound. There's just nothing like it. Let's get it. You hate waking up with absolute disgust for our species? Then clean your room, bucko! Clean your room, bucko! Come on! Miss Piggy! Clean your room, bucko! Clean your room! Why are there so many songs about rainbows? My ass hurts. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, America. Sorry. Thanks to you, I was up all night playing Kenshi. Thank you. That game is addicting as fuck. I know, man, right? Even though I suck at it, which clearly, I think the next time I do a stream, we're just gonna reload. I want to spend more time. So if I fuck up egregiously and get myself killed, we'll stop with the Iron Man shit. And we'll play out a game. I don't know though. I kind of like the Iron Man aspect of it. I kind of think that's how the game should be, just standard. Is like if you die, you're dead. It seems like that type of game. Did you ever play Bushido Blade? I'm pretty sure I did. If I remember correctly, that one was like, it was almost like a fighting game, right? But really like Dark Souls-ish, in that instead of like a flurry of combos, it was a very slow kind of contemplative game where you had to make your cuts real carefully and then be ready to defend. I did play it. I think it was on the PS1. Yeah, it was a very technical game. You had to guard and parry. It kind of reminds me of that game For Honor that's out now. It didn't have the same aspect ratio, the over the shoulder shit though. Not aspect ratio. It didn't have the same, whatever they call that, perspective. But in terms of the combat, it was similar. You had to think about every time you pressed a button because if you tried to go for a big slow attack, then it opened you up for a few seconds to a flurry of fast attacks, and vice versa. If you saw your opponent winding up for a big overhead slash, you could hit your rapid slash real quick and get a couple cuts in and then block his shit. So it's a cool game, man. I think they did a sequel to it that I never played. I think there was they might have done a couple, honestly. But yeah, that was a cool game. I think it would actually do really well now, but there's probably other games like that now. Like I said, For Honor. But a fighting game that's less about flashy combos and animations that you can't skip, as this fucking half-minute ultra goes off. Instead of that bullshit, no special moves, just everybody has normals, and it's a fight to see who can play off of the other better. I mean, that's the way that used to, like, fighting games kind of used to be, or at least like Virtua Fighter, for example, was way more about kind of being sneaky and being judicious with your strikes and stuff. Um, like even the original Street Fighter and stuff was way more about footsies and than it is today. Now it's about like hit a fucking hit a normal button that links into a long ass fucking special ability combo that finishes with your ultra, and the other person basically can't do anything for, I don't know, however long your combo goes on. They lose a big chunk of life, and then the next person to get one hit loses a big chunk of life. It's just, I don't know, kind of sucks now. Yeah, the original Mortal Kombat trilogy was kind of the same. I mean, it was a little more flamboyant, but certainly in the earlier games, you had to be really smart when you used your special moves, because if the other person dodged it, it just opened you up to lose a bunch of damage. Like Raiden's fucking electric rush or whatever, where he goes blah, 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 and flies across the screen, right? It's a very powerful move, but I believe he could be uppercutted out of it. So when people got the timing down and went up against a Raiden player who liked to spam that fucking move over and over again to win, they just had the timing and they knew, like, you know, one frame before he gets to me, uppercut, and then he just eats the uppercut, which in Mortal Kombat 1 was the most devastating move that anybody had. It did the most life on hit. It was the most, like, useful move. It could be comboed in a limited fashion with some super moves on some of the characters, but even without that, like, it was just, you take that hit, you know, you've just lost like a good eighth of your life, you know? So it would be kind of cool to see a fighting franchise do that again. My back is fucked. I apparently woke TJ up today. He was like laying in bed, like thinking about getting up, but kind of in that like dazed, half asleep, half awake kind of shit. And I was upstairs. I actually felt better this morning, a little bit, but this is like exactly what happened yesterday. So I got up, still in a lot of pain, but I was like, okay, this is a little easier getting out of bed today than it was yesterday. So I took a shower, and that went well. You know, I was able to like wash my hair and shit, and basically wash everything. I mean, there are some parts of me right now I can't reach, but I was able to get the important shit underneath the balls, the ass crack, the pits. You know, wash the hair. I was feeling pretty good. I was like, all right, fine. The worst of this is over. It's just going to be, you know, pretty painful for the next few days, but I can hang with this. So I go and I start getting dressed, and I was like, all right, I'm going to put my socks on first. So I bend very carefully and grab my pair of socks, and I'm like, look, I can't just bend down and put these on like I normally would, nor can I sit down and do it. So I've got to, like, you know, I'll just be careful. I'll move my leg off to the side. So, like, you know, I kind of kicked it out to the side so I could reach it a little bit and kind of hook it with the sock. And I was doing that, reaching, and all of a sudden, my back just went, roar, and I let out this, like, ah! And that woke TJ up this morning, apparently. And since that happened, it's just been just as bad as yesterday. It isn't worse than yesterday, but getting up out of my chair is a fucking labor of love. I've been in this chair for a while. We just finished recording Flash Fried. So I was in this chair in the studio, because this is one of 3 places that I can be in the house and not be in total agony. One of the 3 pieces of furniture I can use right now is this chair. For whatever reason, allows me to slump down a little bit, and so it allows me to put pressure on my right side and take pressure off of my left ass cheek and all the back muscles over there that are spasming and shit. This chair is really good for that because it doesn't fatigue me to sit in it. It's not the most comfortable chair in the world, but it's one of the chairs I can sit in. I can sit on the big, nice, like, lazy boy recliner in the living room, but that one is really hard to get out of because it shakes when it gets up, and it's really prone to making it fucking, like, start a back spasm when I'm trying to get up out of it. Or I can lay down in my bed. Those are the 3 pieces of furniture right now that I can fucking, that I have access to. This chair, this shit, I mean, it's a shit chair. It's like a camping, I don't even think I'll be able to show it to you, so never mind. It's a camping chair. It's like camouflage, one of those all-weather, like, things you're supposed to take with you camping. Not a comfy chair, but one of the only chairs I can sit in and not be in total fucking pain all day. Yo, Paul, get well soon. I made a clip of the little rant you made against drug commercials. I don't even remember making that rant, but sure, yeah, send me the clip, dude. It might be a few days before I can get it up. Might be a few days before I can put the clip up because my computer chair is like agony to me right now. I can sit in it for like three minutes tops, and I'm just like, okay, gotta get up. It just doesn't allow the range of motion, I guess, that I need to be able to sit and not be in total fucking pain. So yeah, but yeah, go ahead and send it to me. DM it to me, brother. Tell girlfriend to crack. No, I don't want anybody touching my back right now. You don't understand, dude. The kind of back pain I'm in right now, I don't want a single human being even I'm so, like, every muscle in that area is so tender, and my back is so prone to muscle spasm right now that I don't want anybody putting any kind of pressure on that part of my back. I certainly, like, somebody told me, somebody DM'd me, and once again, they're just trying to be helpful. He's like, man, I hated to see you in pain. You should really get an inversion table. It really helps me. We have one. I've got an inversion table. TJ's mom, I think, gave it to us, or stepdad. It's in that fucking building right there. TJ used it today. I use it a lot too. I couldn't hang. I literally couldn't hang. I can't be in that. If I hung upside down and that, like, I don't know, dude. I can't even imagine. Maybe it would make me feel better, but the range of motion I have right now is so limited that it's too scary to try. Because it's not something I can easily get out of. Literally. Sorry. It's that, California shit. Literally, situationally. Is this a consequence of not having a pool? Yep. All of this is because I didn't have a pool growing up. Hella. Yeah, Hella and Hecka. Because Hella wasn't allowed in a lot of, households. My parents didn't care, but, Hella was like a curse word, so Hecka came out. Paul only had a pool from when he was 5. Yeah, dude. From like 1 to 4, I didn't even have a pool. What you doing there, Paul? Blazing balls? Shut up. Shut up. Some self-respect. If you can't do that, have some respect for me, for fuck's sake. How did I injure my back? Looking for the TV remote. We have a couch that's really comfortable, but has a history of eating, like a TV remote will fall down into it. And if it gets in there the right way, there's no way to get it other than lifting up the couch. And the couch is incredibly heavy. It's a big sectional style couch, but it's not actually a sectional. It's all hooked together. So you can only just lift one end or the other. And Chelsea was helping me look for the remote. I lifted one end of the couch like I've done a million times. She looked under there. She's like, nope. And I walked around to the other end of the couch, and I lifted that. And as soon as I locked in the lift, it felt like something let go in my left lower back. Like, I don't know, 6 inches or less above my left butt cheek. It's like a rubber band was stretched too tightly and just snapped. And I was like, oh, okay, all right. She got out of the way. I let it go, and I just stood there for about 3 minutes and didn't move because I just knew. I've done this before. Only 1 or 2 other times have I injured my back. Like, usually when my back goes out, it's just out. It just starts hurting for no reason. And it's painful and distracting, but it's nothing like this. My range of motion is not this limited. I'm not able to find, like, nowhere that I can be that I'm not in some kind of pain. I've got this going right now, too. The TENS unit. So I've got, like, little electrical pulses zapping my ass right now.
Zapping her ass.
Yeah, it actually does help, though. A little bit, at least, with the constant, like, when you find a spot where you're comfortable, there's still that, like, dull ache. This kind of takes that away. Replaces it with the dull ache of being electrocuted over and over again.
Poison, huh?
Yeah.
I think you did go to the fucking quack. Go to the quackery.
The quackery?
Yeah, the chiropractor, dude.
Yeah, I don't play that game.
That's such a scam, dude.
I mean, whatever. Like, if it's helping him, more power to him, but I don't go to the fucking chiropractors and shit. I don't trust anybody to do that shit to my back, but me.
Well, I just told him, like, okay, so what do they do? He's like, oh, I just did the chiropractor. He's like, it's like 5 minutes. I'm like, well, else you do? Well, I sit in the chair and he stretches. I'm like, I think most shit you can actually do yourself.
Yeah, the stretches and shit, he definitely doesn't need to go to the chiropractor for. But I think he puts TJ in traction for a while, which is something you can't do unless you want to buy that. I mean, basically the inversion table was created to put people in spinal traction. So using that is probably the same shit he's getting over there.
That's what I was trying to tell
And like if he did the stretches and shit, he would strengthen his back, did some exercises to strengthen his back, some yoga poses and stuff. I mean, whatever. Like I said, if it's helping him to not be in as much back pain, then I'm not gonna, I'm not gonna fuck on him for it. But I don't go to chiropractors. I never have.
Oh, I'm gonna fuck on him. Dude, it's wasting his damn money.
I mean, fuck. Well, yeah.
I mean, like, look, it'd be one thing if he was like, dude, my back feels awesome, and he was like, look at this, and was jumping up and down and doing shit. I'd be like, fuck, dude.
Oh yeah, but he was still like today during Flash Friday, he was like, I saw him like he was in his chair, he's all uncomfortable and shit. There's some more of that in the tray in there too, if that's cached. If you want to pack another.
He said he's gonna get a new chair, so.
Yeah, I think all of us are getting new chairs, huh?
Yeah.
Part of the slow but sure march towards those studio upgrades at 4,000 patrons. So yeah, we're all getting some new chairs here pretty soon. New soundboard as well. I think is.
Yeah. Well, the 4,000 is when we actually get the new studio.
Oh well, yeah.
The show.
But that's the thing. Like we're slowly but surely, as we get more patrons, we're not sitting on that money. We're buying new things with it. We're slowly but surely working towards a show that looks better and sounds better as we get towards getting the fucking studio. You know.
I know we thought about things like we definitely got a website and other shit.
Oh yeah, having like a landing hub for everybody to go to that's all things deep fat fried and can act double as a patron portal, I think would be really cool.
Yeah.
A site that, just general viewers can come to, and it's got all the public episodes on it and MP3 links and sound, all that shit and extra stuff from us and information about the podcast. And then it has a login section, and patrons will all have a unique login, and that'll give them access to all their patron perks. I mean, I think that'll be really cool. It'll be a really cool way for us to interact with people, because the thing about Patreon is like the comments section there is like a nightmare. It's like a maze of fucking bullshit. You have to click a billion times to see all the comments on a popular post. And even then, it skips a bunch. You'll go back later and read comments that were from like 4 hours ago that you should have saw the first time you checked it, but now we're mysteriously there. This time you expand it. Yeah, like they need to really like clean up their fucking fan interaction act. But we can get around that by having a fucking cool ass website. And as we march forward, that's a total possibility. It's not something we want to rush, because, if we roll something out here, we want it to be good as we can make it, possibly.
Well, the intro took us a long time to conceive of.
Oh, dude, we've been talking about that intro for months and months, and I mean, probably over months. I mean, we've been kind of conceiving of an intro like that for a very long time, and it was just born of a lot of conversations with us, a lot of patience, a lot of pickiness in choosing the professional animator that we got. And then involved in his process almost every day, looking at his new work.
He actually might be coming to our LA meetup, because he's based in Santa Monica.
Oh, that's really cool, man. Yeah, I'd love to meet that dude. He was great, man. He was a kick-ass dude to work with. No bullshit.
I'm gonna work with him again in the future on some other projects and stuff. I mean, like, we have that much talent animating,
And he's already got all the assets he needs to, that's really cool. That's pretty cashed. The only disappointing thing about the intro is the lack of Dr. Segmento. I mean, whatever, dude.
I can't please everybody.
Yeah, I don't know. I like the intro just fine how it is, but sure. Stepdad, WhatsApp, Pulse, Scott's mom wants TJ to skirt. What? No, my back is not feeling any better, but it's not any worse, so that's good. It's about where it was yesterday. This morning, I had a really, really painful bout with it. When I'm walking around, I'll have like these kind of just really, really incredibly painful muscle spasms, and I can never tell what kind of motion I'm going to do that's going to set one off either. Sometimes I'll just be sitting there and they'll happen. So it's got me all nervous. It makes it hard to sleep because, even if I'm relatively comfortable in my bed, I'll just be woken up with just like a terrible muscle spasm in my back. And that'll wake me up for the next 25 fucking minutes. And then I'll get back to sleep for maybe 10, 15. It's just like, basically I haven't slept in 3 days. I told myself yesterday though, I was like, dude, if I wake up tomorrow and it's worse tomorrow, I got to go to the hospital or the urgent care or the doctor or some shit, because it's a good chance that like I might have fucking actually ruptured something. You know, I've pulled my back out, I've strained it, I've strained my discs and strained the supporting muscles so many times that I know how that feels. This could be that, and I think it probably is because it's not worse today. But if it gets any worse than it is now, I won't be able to fucking get out of bed without help. And that's the point. You know, like, I don't care who you are, you got to go to the fucking hospital.
Yeah, dude, you can't fuck around with that.
You know, if I actually, like, when I lifted that, which was so stupid of me, dude, I lifted it wrong too because it's quicker and easier. I used to have to lift shit for a living, and I know how to straight arm shit. I know how to straight arm shit, and I know how to lift with my legs, but I wasn't lifting with my legs. I just lifted with my back. And whatever strain I put on it, I mean, it could have just been, like I said, a real severe strain of the supporting muscles of my spine, or a severe kind of strain on a disc that kind of bulged out or something, which there's nothing a doctor is going to do for me for that. I just have to suffer through that. But if I ruptured a disc or herniated a disc badly, then there's no fuck. I have to go, like, there's surgical intervention required for that shit. Have you tried spinal cord correction vests? No. I don't know if I can wear those. I don't know if they're safe for people that have scoliosis.
I mean, at the point you're at, it probably wouldn't be effective. Paul will probably see a specialist. I don't think Paul should do any sort of self-treatment or self-trying to correct that. I think that would be a bad idea.
I mean, I already do stretches and stuff that help
okay.
with my mobility, but like, yeah, dude, I wouldn't want to go get a piece of a medical device. Like, I use that inversion table, that helps me, but I know I can do that because I've done it in the past. I used to have one of those, so I used that. The one I had back in the day, almost every day. I don't use this one that much. My back has gotten worse, and there are just some days where it's like, nope, not advisable.
Yeah, not gonna. I swear
But
I'm sitting here now.
yeah.
The fucking brightness of the fucking sun.
Well, dude, you know what the worst part about it is? The other day I was sitting kind of in the shade over there, but the phone was in the sun, and I got the overheat warning.
You couldn't see shit.
Yeah, well, but like the iPhone just shut down. It was like, overheat warning. The iPhone will shut down until temperature returns to normal. I was like, fuck. All right, don't put the iPhone in the sun. Got it. So now I've got this cockeyed monstrosity over
Paul's
here.
about to get upgraded too. You're on the 6 now?
What's that?
You're on the 6, the iPhone.
Yeah,
6?
this is the 6S XL or whatever the big 6
Paul's
was.
about to be the 8 Plus.
Sweet.
8 Plus.
Yeah, I don't want the new iPhone because it's the 9 and 10 that don't have a fucking headphone port, right? Or is it the 8?
I think pretty much all of them don't have them anymore.
Oh shit. Well, I have to get the.
They have the some included, the adapters.
Yeah.
It's included in the thing in the box, but yeah, wireless headphone technology has improved a lot. It's not like it used to be.
Yeah, I'll just have to get some decent wire. Like, I need them anyway. Like, I sleep with headphones every night. So I've gone through so many, like, I found a few that worked, but they always end up breaking because I roll over at night and they're fucking shitty made shit. Like, I found these headbands. They're almost like workout headbands, but they've got little speakers in them.
That's what you need, dude.
Well, I've gone through 2 of them now. So it's like they just fall apart because I roll around in my sleep and shit.
You probably just want the cheap ones anyways, to be honest with you.
Yeah, you're right.
If you bought some expensive ones, how would you feel if you spent $300? Like, okay, I'm gonna save up, I'm gonna buy these.
Yeah.
And then you just roll over. I mean, your head weighs what, about 10, 15 pounds or something? You figure, and you're if you like put your neck and all that pressure and strain, like you sleep on your face or your back or your side.
I sleep on my side and face.
Yeah,
so.
dude. So I can just see that just like being crushed.
Oh yeah, it's constant. I wish I could sleep on my back, but I just have never been able to fall asleep that way. That's the healthiest way to sleep, they say. Scotty has liquid snake hair. Cool. Liquid snake is awesome. Hello, brother. Yeah, that was a cool boss fight, man. The liquid snake battle at the end of Metal Gear Solid. Metal Gear Solid was an awesome game. I don't know about now. It's gotten a little crazy, but like that first game was so cool. I loved the Psycho Mantis boss fight where he just beats you up over and over again, and nothing you try works, and you just keep having to retry. And then like you listen to what he's saying, and he gives you these like real subtle hints that are basically saying like unplug your controller and plug it into player 2. And you do that, and all of a sudden he's not able to dodge your shit anymore, and you can land hits on him. You know what I mean? So like it's a gimmick, but it like involved you in the game in a way that few other games do. You know, you really felt like you were battling with these bosses, and a really cool game.
Play Strider.
Yeah, dude.
I fucking love that game.
Yeah, the arcade version of Strider is like a masterpiece. You can emulate it now on MAME too. I mean, it's the number one fucking version of that. But yeah, I played it on the consoles too, and it's pretty good on those. But man, dude, Strider is awesome. Awesome platformer, like super action platformer.
Yeah, I just love those kind of games. It's kind of reminiscent of like something like Contra, dude.
Yeah,
a fucking game where it's just freaking, just so hectic and there's so much shit going on.
Yeah, dude. One of these days we got to boot up some fucking Contra on your little Nintendo console.
Oh yeah, dude.
Cause that's got 2-player.
Fight those fucking aliens, dude. You gotta fight the fucking aliens.
Yeah, I'm not bad at fucking Super Contra. I'm not saying I'm good, but I'm not a total dunce at it. Was able to get pretty far when I played it here.
Yeah, that can be some bonus DFF content. Me and Paul could play some shit because TJ won't really play games. Like, if we got TJ to play a game, we'd have to get TJ to play an RPG or something.
Do you like shoot 'em ups too?
Oh yeah, dude.
Like the Jets and shit, because there's a ton of really great 2-players shmups they call them, I guess. Yeah. Fuck, dude. One of them would be really cool to play. There's one I used to really love to play, even though I fucking sucked at it. I'm trying to remember the name of it. It's not well, Ikari Warriors would be a cool one to play together.
Yeah.
But fucking oh man, I don't know. It was this Japanese fucking shoot 'em up. It was one of the, sometimes you get the side-scrolling shoot 'em ups. This one was a top-down one where you fly your plane.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about. Yeah.
And you could switch your ship's color. Like it was either radiating this like white light, or it was radiating this like dark energy. And all of the bullets were either colored white or dark. And if you changed the color of your ship, instead of damaging you, the bullets would heal you. So it was all about shooting while you were dodging in and out of those 2 modes. I'm trying to remember the name of it.
That sounds like a pretty fun game.
Yeah, oh yeah, dude. And 2-player, it's so much fucking fun because you can help each other. Like if I see you about to take a hit, I can switch my fucking shield over to dark real quick and go and eat a bunch of bullets for you and shit. And you can do the same for me. So it's a real. Somebody I think might have said it. Yeah, I think it's a Toho game, but Ikaruga, yeah, on the Dreamcast. That's exactly what it was. It was a game you had to turn your TV on its side to play it because it was in like almost portrait mode for the phone because it was a long game. So the aspect ratio that it's in, there's no wide. The screen isn't very wide, but it's super deep, so you can see all the enemies and the bullets coming and shit. So to play it, you had to turn your television on its side to get the proper aspect ratio. It was really a fucking cool game. I'd play the shit out of that with anybody. I love those shmup type games. I suck at them. Like pretty much everybody does, though. They're designed to be punishing,
Oh, of course. That's the whole purpose of games like those repetitive games.
What were some of the earlier ones that I really liked? Like I liked some of them on the Nintendo. There was like a Desert Warrior one where it was like a shmup, but you were in a Jeep, and you'd fire grenades out of the Jeep, and other tanks and shit would come against you.
Was it like
it's like Desert Assault or some shit.
Yeah, the helicopters and shit. Yeah, dude, that was a fun fucking game.
Yeah,
I know you're talking about exactly.
You could get all the power ups and stuff, and yeah, one of you could be in a Jeep, and one of you'd be in the helicopter, and
all that bullshit.
Yeah.
I know you're talking about, dude.
That one was cool.
I still want to fucking play. I still think we should play some sort of an RPG.
Oh yeah, dude.
That'd be the fun because those games are so decision heavy. You know what I mean? As far as like, what do you need? Like, because we would just argue about everything.
Dude, we could totally I think me and you could sit and play like because I used to do that with my friends all the time, and I still do it myself. Like in my off time, I play RPGs every once in a while. I still scratch that itch, but I used to love chilling with people and like even though we didn't have an audience back then when we were kids, it was just like we still gave our commentary on the game.
Oh, of course, yeah.
You know what I mean? It was cool. And there's some RPGs too where there is if we played Final Fantasy 6 in Japan, 3 here for the Super Nintendo, the second player got to control one of the people in battle. So the first player did everything else, still had control of everything else.
Sure,
But
walk around,
in battles, whichever character you picked as the second player, you always got to control them. And some of them are really cool to control. Like fucking, I remember one of the characters in Final Fantasy 3, you had to do like fighting game inputs to pull off his shit. Like you had to do like the same shit you did with a Hadouken or a backwards Hadouken.
You had to do a combo or something, yeah.
Yeah.
Like
And then there was timing based one too. There was the sword guy, like you had to hit it like it's more modern games do it all the time, where you got to hit it right as the bar hits the thing. But he was like that, ching 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 ching. Yeah, he was the rhythm based dude.
Yeah, Final Fantasy 6 or 3, depending on your locale, was really an inventive game at the time.
Oh yeah,
time, dude.
Oh fucking yeah.
That's the shitty thing about Final Fantasy as a series, because like it was so revolutionary to become so generic and just run of the mill. It's just sad.
Kind of sad, yeah.
It really is sad. It's like
I'm telling you what though, the latest fucking Final Fantasy, I bet you'd like it.
If it's more of a return to form, then yeah.
It's not a return to form in terms of like the pixel art and shit. It's like the more modern Final Fantasies, but I swear to God, dude, I've been playing it on and off. It's hard because it's like a fucking game that you can play forever. I've been playing it on and off. It's like a fan letter to all the old Final Fantasies. It's really good. I think you'd dig it. We could play that. I mean, I think there's a 2-player option for that too, where you could be controlling one of my guys, because it's like a team-based one. It's way more action-based than the old one was. But I'm telling you, like all of the monsters in it, you ride around in a car, and you can pick up tapes from different places, and all the tapes are just like the early Final Fantasy soundtracks, and you can play those as you're driving around. You play those or battle music. Like, it's clearly like guys, we're sorry how off the rails this shit went. Here's a Final Fantasy that'll feel familiar to you, but still look really cool. It's really good, man.
Yeah, I don't think graphically they need to go back.
Oh no, they push it forward in this one, dude. The first major boss battle in that game, I'd love to be able to. I wish I'd had a save I could just load up and show you real quick while TJ's gone. It's epic on a fucking scale that you don't see very often in games. You just fight a giant mountain, basically. A Titan comes to life, and it's just like super epic, super sweeping.
I always felt about like games like Final Fantasy VII. I felt like if they could actually achieve with the graphics they have now, that'd be the perfect game, dude.
The summons are cool in this one too. A lot of people hated the summons because they were all like, it takes too fucking long. Fuck that, dude. I love watching the summons. I mean, there is an option to fast forward through them if you want, but I don't. But they fixed it because, like, one of the things that did get kind of repetitive about the summons is once you get them, why use anything else, right? So you're just summoning over and over and over again. Well, in this one, it only happens under some really random circumstances. So it happens kind of often, but not so often that it's always at your fingertips.
So it's almost like a slot machine kind
right.
of thing, yeah.
So if a certain condition in battle is met, then one of your summons will become available to use. And if you use it, it ends the battle right there and kills everything.
That's awesome.
It's and the summons are they're really cool. I've always loved the summons in Final Fantasy. They've always been cool.
Oh fuck yeah, dude! That's one of the coolest parts. Like, I'm gonna summon this fucking giant Leviathan to fucking help me out in this battle, dude.
Bahamut, dude, the dragon. Yeah, Leviathan too is in this one. I like it's a throwback game. You ride around on a chocobo a lot. I always loved that. So there's a lot of chocobo shit. It looks really cool. I don't know. It's a great game. I want another Knights of the Old Republic. Nothing like walking into a room filled with enemies and killing them in 1 to 2 bursts. I mean, I liked Knights of the Old Republic. I'd like games like that again. I'd like games in that Star Wars universe again. Oh, it was cool.
What you can actually fucking expect nowadays. Now, and that's like you get Battlefront, dude. It's just like,
yeah,
come on, dude.
That's just shit.
It's
like Call of Duty with a fucking Star Wars skin.
But it's fun for like a couple hours. You know what I mean? And then it's just like, where's the replay value in it? Like, you've done it.
And you look at, like, with Battlefront, for me, what killed it was how much fucking grinding I'd have to do, how many matches I would have to play to unlock any upgraded gear at all.
Or of course.
Like, you start with just, like, dog shit laser pistol, and you can get, like, these big badass things, and of course everybody else around you has that.
Oh, naturally.
And you've got to grind through like 50 matches to be able to afford to buy the next tier of laser rifle, and it's just like, fuck that.
I remember like Stevie, like I think me and Stevie got Stevie that for his like birthday, and it was like $100 to have it to unlock all the shit. It was 65, or it was 100, like 110 for everything. I'm like, okay, I guess we'll get this.
It's
Like,
dog shit, dude.
and it's like, damn, dude. So we had to pay an extra like $40 for him not to be just be scrubby.
Oh yeah, it's just total dog shit.
Like,
I hate that kind of game. You know, with that kind of game, I like the slower, more tactical ones that have a grander map. So, like, think Battlefield. I like the Battlefield games. Battlefield 3, 4, and like Bad Company 1 and 2, where you have these giant maps with multiple objectives and multiple squads of soldiers on each side, kind of jockeying for position. I like that kind of tactical shooter. I don't like this, like, fucking throw everybody into a, 2,000 square foot room and give them all guns and whoever kills everybody first wins. Fuck that.
that's kind of lame.
That's how I feel about Call of Duty. The maps are so small that they just force constant conflict. You get spawn camped. So, like, what are you supposed to do what do you defend yourself against that? If the team is like dominating your team there's just one of them waiting at every possible spawn location that pops you as soon as you spawn.
Don't spawn kill. Don't spawn kill. Of course, right. Spawn kill. Why? Like, when you have that much of an advantage, why wouldn't you? Like, dude, I remember back then when I used to do that a lot. Like, you go play and you're right. As soon as your team sit on the fucking spot.
Yeah.
And then, of course, you have the other people. You're spawn camping. It's like, well, why the fuck wouldn't I?
Yeah. Why do I want to wait for you to be able to defend yourself? I want to be done with this and move on to the next fucking round. Of course, the
aimbotting and all the other fucking shit people who cheat online.
It's just up to the game to prevent that type of shit from happening. In my opinion, I don't even bitch about things that other people bitch about in those type of games, like camping and shit. To me, camping is a viable play style in those big games.
It is.
Like, finding a spot that is strategically advantage. Like, that's what you would do if you were in an actual gunfight. So why is it considered lame in these games that are supposed to be simulating actual gunfights? To find an area of this map that you're on that's strategically advantageous to you, that has health packs that you can fucking wall off and defend.
That's the biggest learning curve if you get into a new online game, especially when there's multiplayer, and it's like, you have to learn all the camping spots, because if you run around a corner, it's like, oh, I keep getting headshot. And eventually you realize, like, I can't do that.
If you're smart about the game, third or fourth time you get killed by a camper that's camping in a certain spot, you learn to walk around him and sneak up behind him and kill his fucking dumbass. You know what I mean? But what people do is rage out and go complain on the forums about how camping is ruining the game. It's just like,
yes, they're sniping you, basically. That's all they're doing.
Yeah,
they're sniping.
It's a sniper doing what a sniper should be doing.
Yeah,
finding a spot where he can't be seen, but he has a wide field of view, so he can take pot shots at targets. Why is playing like that considered bad in this game? In these games, I don't know. There's a sniper class in a lot of these games, so clearly. Like, isn't that what...
The sniper's not supposed to run around the map trying to fucking fight hand-to-hand.
That takes no skill. It takes no skill to, like, land headshots from long distances in these games. That's not true. If you're good with a sniper in these types of games, like, then you're just as skilled as the dude that's good at jumping into the room and spraying and getting the kill when the other guy doesn't. You know what I mean? You're playing the class the way it's supposed to be supposed to do. They're not supposed to be hopping around on the ground with their sniper rifles, looking down the scope at somebody that's 200 meters away. You know what I mean? They're supposed to be in the bell tower, camping, with their claymores set up behind them, so if anybody sneaks up on them, they die. Looking down the scope. Camping. I like support in those games, too. Like, especially in Battlefield, where you can actually, like, res people. It gives you, like, you feel like you have a real impact on the game. Somebody goes down and you've got like they've got like a timer over them, and if you get to them in time and pull out your paddles, you can shock them a couple of times and they're back up with, a third of their health. And then you can start healing them. It makes you feel like you kept the game going for your squad, so it's a really fun class to play. I don't know. I like those games, man. Scotty's behind me? Oh, shit.
Behind you, dude.
What the fuck? I still think I could kick your ass at Agent Under Fire. Jason, you have no fucking clue what you're talking about. And just shut up. You know what, dude? I'll be honest, I'm not real good at video games. But that game, at my peak... And see, it was Agent Under Fire, so there was no, like, National Agent Under Fire championships. But I bet I would have placed. I was fucking unstoppable at that game. I used to like, and this is not like bragging. This is just me being honest. My friend and I would always play this game, and we'd play like free for alls, and I would win every one. And I got tired of me winning everything, so they were like, "Fuck this, let's do teams." So whoever's team I was on would win every time, and it was usually me just killing everybody. And then I was like, they were like, "Man, fuck this, I don't even want to play this anymore." I was like, "Why don't you guys be on a team against me?" And they were like, "You'll do that?" And I was like, "Fuck yeah, dude. 3 of you against me, let's do it. I mean, I'll probably die, but whatever, let's do it." And they're like, "Fine, let's do it." So, we did a free-for-all, but they agreed not to shoot each other. And I fucking waxed all of them over and over. I was good at Agent Under Fire. I was real good.
There's some games that just click, dude.
I had you know what it was? Agent Under Fire was all about the use of 2 things. There were 2 little gadgets that were integral to it. The jetpack and the grappling hook. Now, you usually didn't get both. It was either a jetpack map or a grappling hook map, but I was unstoppable with both of them. I understood the trajectory, and like here was my strategy against them. Get the rocket launcher, kill them all, win the game. The rocket launcher had an alternate fire mode in Agent Under Fire that none of them ever used. They knew it was there. It wasn't like I was keeping it a secret. All the guns in Agent Under Fire had, like if it was a machine gun, it had auto fire and burst. Well, the rocket launcher had normal rocket launcher, and then its alt fire was a slower rocket that you guided with your crosshairs. That was the end of them. It was the end of them every time, because here's what I would do. I would zip all the way across the room with the grappling hook, as far as I could. And in midair, as they're going like, "Whoa, he's flying," trying to get me locked on, I would turn around, launch a rocket, and just keep my crosshairs on them, and they would die. And they'd be like, "Fuck you, man, how'd you do that? It's bullshit, you're cheating." I'm like, "No, I'm just playing the game intelligently. Why are you running around on the ground when you can fly around like Spider-Man?" The fucking rocket jumps were the same thing. Depending on how fast you were running, when you rocket jumped, you'd go a certain distance. So I knew I had a certain amount of time to turn around, fire a rocket, and keep my crosshairs on them before I landed to keep my momentum going forward. So I would rocket jump, a rocket boost, turn my rocket around, look at the little ants down there trying to shoot me with their rockets, fire a homing rocket, keep my fucking thing on them as they tried to run away from it, and one of them would die. And I would land and then boost somewhere else. I played them like a harp from hell. None of them ever learned how to play the mobility game.
So no one ever tried to adopt your strategy against you.
When they did, they weren't good at it, because that's not how they played. It was like they were always trying to play it like Call of Duty, where they're on the ground and boom, 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 boom. And then when they played against each other, they barely ever used it. And when they did, it was like ham-fisted attempt to escape. They're like, "Oh no!" That's not. It's a predatory thing. Both of those things can be used to kill people. Like, I used the zip lines. Like, if I saw somebody way down there and they had a rocket before I had it, and all I had was a machine gun, they outranged me at that point. So what do? Sit there and try and shoot them with my machine gun at fucking max distance and hope I land a couple of shots? Nope. I Spider-Man across the room towards them and shoot them as I'm flying towards them. Brrr, and they fall to the ground with their rockets whizzing by my head. It was a badass game. It was a lot of fun to play, but none of them ever learned the jumping and the zipping shit. And now I have a rocket launcher because you just dropped yours, by the way.
Have you ever considered the theory that your friends just sucked at it?
They all did, but they didn't have an excuse to. They played it as much as I did. It wasn't like I was like camping it all day and doing nothing but playing it.
So...
No, we all had and we all played it just as much. I only really played it when they were around. So I learned when I first started it, I wasn't this good. But it developed over the course of a couple of months into an unstoppable thing, and they just never developed. I never wanted to play it unless they were around. It wasn't fun.
Oh, yeah, dude, that's a game where you want to fucking beat the shit out of the people you're playing with.
Oh, dude, it was a dominant game.
Oh, dude, if you're that dominant in a game, that's just like... That was like we were playing Mortal Kombat, and it's like running back. I'm like, I just stopped blocking. Paul's like, "I win." I'm just like, "All right, dude."
The only other game I felt dominant at in my entire life was Perfect Dark for the Nintendo 64.
I've heard of that game, I've never played it.
The only reason I was dominant at it is because I realized that there were 2 weapons in the game that were the cheesiest weapons ever, that nobody could ever stop you if you got them, and I just went after them in every map. I learned where they were, and I went there. There was a gun in Perfect Dark that when you went into the aim mode after a couple of seconds, you could literally see through every wall on the map and all the people running around and snipe them through walls. It was a railgun.
Well, yeah, why wouldn't you just go for that weapon, dude?
So, well, you know what I mean? And then the other weapon was, it was like an alternate weapon. It was a laptop gun, which basically was like a turret that you set up. So what I would do is, I would, as soon as the round started, while everybody else was skirmishing and shit, I would run straight for the railgun, then run straight for the laptop robot, then find a corner of the map with a really narrow corridor, then set the laptop robot up to defend my ass, and then just go into aim mode and start getting kills all fucking match. Blink, 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 blink. It was cheesy as fuck, but what the fuck? Why weren't they doing it?
I think a lot of people just play those games and they're just like, I'm gonna get a weapon and just go run around and try to shoot somebody.
Yeah.
They just really weren't thinking ahead enough, and they're just like, damn, Paul just keeps winning. It's like, are you considering why he keeps winning?
It was always saltiness. I mean, I do the same thing though, but I'm rarely on the other end of that. I'm usually the one dishing the salt to the person that's just better at the game than me. But I've only been on that other side of it twice, and it's those two games.
Oh, dude, listening to you play Heroes, every once in a while Paul would win and be like, yeah! Somebody maps. Don't fucking pull to that gate! No!
So stupid.
No!
Like, I play a lot of quick match in fucking Heroes, which means I'm just matched up with like 4 other random dildos.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And nobody's communicating. Everybody's playing like single player. And I just get so fucking frustrated, man, because it's almost like there's like a 4-year-old that their dad just put them on, and they're just like,
There you go, buddy.
they're wandering around in a circle, and like we're dying in a huge team fight on an objective, and they're just like fucking around in the lane, you know, like I don't know. I just get real mad. Because, like, I feel like the game is totally winnable if people are just playing at a medium level of competency. Like, if you know how to right-click and move your hero around, we can probably win this, guys. Come on.
Every game I played online, you just have idiots like that. They're just like, hey, guys, look. You don't know me, I don't know you, but this is how the game is played. They're always like, yeah, we know. If they say anything, like, yeah, we know.
Yeah.
And the match starts, and they just do the most retarded shit, and it's like, okay, are you just trying to lose?
I mean, half the time, if you type to them something, it's just a waste because they'll never respond. Or, like you said, they'll respond with some snide comment and keep doing what they were doing before. And then we lose. You know, so I just don't even waste my time talking to them. I just yell at them now. They can't hear it, but it at least lets me fucking get that emotional energy out, you know?
Oh, yeah, dude. When you got the fucking apartment in Bellevue and you be... I would, like, go to Paul's apartment, like... I would surefire for know you were gaming, because I would hear this, like, right after I got off the elevator, and just be like, motherfucker!
Yeah.
And it's like, damn, dude, the closer you got, the louder Paul got, of course. And
yeah,
like,
I'm just an angry guy, man. What can I say? Those games in particular, though, they just make me so mad.
Dude, you in Mortal Kombat, too, man. Obviously, there's the video of you...
Yeah, I mean, yeah, fighting games,
there's
too.
There's a fucking delay!
Yeah.
You're like, oh, God, Paul... What? Okay, man. And then I'm just like, well, Paul, that's how you feel. You can just go.
I did too. I was like, all right, fuck it, I'm out of here. Do you want me to fuck with anyway? And I went home and I was like, oh, what the fuck?
I wish there was I wish we had filmed the one where me and you played Mortal Kombat. I just beat you and I beat you, and then like, I think I beat you like 12 times. You're all like, run it back. And I'm just like, I realized I'm either gonna be beating Paul all night or Paul's gonna win a match. Then I was like, oh man, Paul, you got it. And he's like, yeah, I won! And I was like, all right, dude, you won.
Oh man, yeah, I do get salty with the fighting games.
Racing is another thing where you'll get real fucking salty. I mean, I don't know about you personally, but me, that's like, I've seen so many people blow up. Because some of those races, especially like Mario Kart and shit, where you can shell people and do that shit.
Oh yeah, there's some definite salt mines in Mario Kart. I played Mario Kart 8 for the Wii U. And that, yeah, I mean, it's just like the old ones. It's like, you know, if you're winning, you can guarantee somebody's going to have a blue shell behind you and it's over. You're going to get fourth. It just sucks.
Oh, dude, I loved in Mario Kart 64, the Wario Stadium, where they had that big-ass jump. And you hit the lightning bolt and you're just waiting. The person's in first, and you hit it right before, like, you drop back down.
Yep.
You're in eighth.
That sucked. Yeah, there's so many fucking tracks that were just like such a pain in the ass to play. Always slipping off the edges and shit. Getting bumped off the edges by assholes.
Oh, like, it's like the original Rambo Road and like the
Oh,
Super Nintendo version, dude.
unbelievable.
Like they fixed that in the 64. It's like there were barriers after that, but oh my fucking god, dude! If you were not dead on balls accurate, it's like you're
Yep.
falling down. You're in last place.
Yep. Get hit by a shell and spin out the wrong way, and you're just dead. It's like, fuck. Yeah, there's a lot of those. I kind of miss, like, he used to make fun of this dude. He used to talk about hot seat multiplayer game all the time, and I used to make fun of him. But I actually think he was kind of right. I kind of miss those days, man. Of like just sitting with people and playing games and laughing and getting salty and eating a bunch of pizza and you know.
Oh yeah, dude. Well, I mean, there's more of a competitive nature to it, and that it's definitely an appeal. Like it's like when you're competing with someone, even if you beat them and then they're in fucking Taiwan or something. Like there's not any sort of like, yeah, I won. It's just like, yeah, the screen said I won. Then you have a bunch of people like maybe on Vent or some voice chat like, we win, yay, good job, guys.
Yeah.
Let's do this. Let's do it. It's like I don't know. That's why I moved away from gaming culture when it came about all online play. It just seems so impersonal and it's just not very.
It does suck. I mean, there's some fun ways it's implemented, but most of those ways are ways that you can just play and pretty much ignore everybody else, and they're just kind of background noise in your fantasy world. Like that's really why I like, fucking the Battlefield games, to go back to them, because you're just one soldier on a giant battlefield. You can go off and lone wolf it. You can find a competent crew if you want to try and track one down. You've got all this choice. You don't really have to interact with anybody other than the opposing team, which is what the fun part is. So, yeah, I don't like these MOBAs that force you into a team. They really just make me mad. I mean, I'll keep playing them.
You're on this team. Do this. It's like, yeah, this team sucks and these people suck and I don't know them and they don't know me and we don't really give a shit about each other. So. Yeah, that's if there's any flaw in those types of online interactions, unless you actually have a team of people you know, you're just gonna run into shit where it's like, okay, this is how the map's gonna work, and everyone, like you said, if everyone works as an individual, you totally lose.
Right, and see the thing is with a MOBA, like you don't really have an excuse. If you've played 5 or 6 games, you need to have like a base level of competency at that point. Like here's how the game is played. If you go to the objective when it's up and you win it, then your team gets a big boost and you get a bunch of experience and you destroy a bunch of their towers. And then the next time it comes up, if you win it again, you basically win the game. That's basically how the game is played. And like people just play it solo. That's a good thing to have somebody split pushing the lane if you can do it. But most of the time, it's just people that should be in the fight. The fight is bot. They're top, just attacking minions in lane. And if they were in the fight, we'd probably win it and take the objective and kill a bunch of fucking shit. But instead, we get 3 minions. And it's just like...
Hey, Paul, Taylor's here, so we're just going to skedaddle for a minute.
All right, man.
I'll see you guys in a while.
Yeah, buddy.
Paul, do you want anything to drink, dude? We're going to Starbucks.
I don't think... No. I don't think there's anything I can get over there that I like now. Yeah, my Starbucks is dead. Yeah, thanks though. I'll see you guys. I don't know, dude. But whatever. I play like that sometimes too. I'm always guilty. Like, Jason, if he's still in here, will attest to that. I'm always guilty of the shit that I... Like, he played Dota 2 with me. Like, say what you want about Jason. He's pretty insufferable sometimes, but the dude has the soul of the Buddha when it comes to teaching someone how to play a game and playing with someone who sucks over and over again and finding a way to have fun with it. Because he taught me how to play Dota 2, and he basically suffered a bunch of losses because I was Ogre Magi and didn't really know how to play the game, But whatever. Warlock, and I was just, building straight towards, like, Aghanim Scepter and then fucking Refresher Orb so I could try and get off the impossible 5-man double demon drop or whatever the fuck. And I think I landed it once in my entire career. The rest of the time I just fed. Horrible, dude. Horrible. Just terrible, man. Remember your first time playing Keeper of the Light? You're like, this heals and damages? How much damage? Yeah, dude. I was terrible. But whatever. Jason, like I said, that was the soul of the Buddha to put up with that bullshit. Because we had a lot of fun playing fucking stupid ass Dota 2. Yeah, dude. The fabled, what is it on Warlock? The combo, dude. Here's how you want to do it. And correct me if I'm wrong, Jason. This is the dream. The dream that never happened, but maybe one time. I don't even think the full combo ever happened for me. But here's the demon combo, right? Aghanim Scepter, which makes, like, okay, so Warlock drops a big demon as his ultimate, and it does a bunch of AoE damage, and then they got this big demon. Aghanim Scepter makes him drop 2 demons. So there's 2 big-ass demons beating on him. Then Warlock has a slow field that he can cast to slow everybody down, right? Then Warlock has this chain ability that links all the enemies together and makes them share damage amongst themselves. It like amplifies. So if a lot of damage is being done to one, it does a bunch of damage to the other people that are linked with it. So the combo is this. You want to link everybody. You want to double demon drop. And then you want to fucking slow field so they can't run out of the fucking AoE of the demon drop and they just get beat to death. Yeah. That was the combo. That was the dream. I played like 100 games of Warlock trying to land that, and I don't think I ever landed the full combo once. So yeah, I'm not real good at these MOBA games, especially not Dota 2. Dota 2 is a way more technical game than... I mean, if you land that, you basically 1v5 their team, but I couldn't land it, you know, and it was a meme build to begin with. So I was like made out of tissue paper because I wasn't building any kind of defensive items at all. Wasn't playing smart, so I was like running to the front of my team, exposing myself to all kinds of bullshit to try and land it. It's another one I used to play a lot in Dota 2, Venomancer. He had a combo too. Not necessarily a combo, but just a series of abilities that you had to hit in unison to really get a lot, you know. So I guess it was a kind of a combo. But yeah, never landed his fucking combo either. When I see Dota 2 footage, I don't even know what I'm looking at. Yeah. I mean, it's whatever. You'd probably pick it up pretty quickly if you've ever played League or whatever. Played what? Chuchel Khan? What? Chuchel Khan? What are you talking about, dude? You talking about Kabrakan? Oh, you're talking about Smite. Yeah. Yeah, I mean Kabrakan and Smite. Definitely a Kabrakan main. Like, he's awesome. I don't know. I don't care who you are, dude. What's your favorite? What's your favorite? What's your favorite? What's your favorite? Who are your favorite characters to be in Overwatch? The 2 I like playing most are Zenyatta and... Well, I don't even really like playing anything anymore. I haven't played Smite or Overwatch in... I don't know how many months it's been. It's been a long time. I don't really care for the game anymore, but... Back when I played, I liked Zenyatta, and when she came out, I really liked Sombra a lot. I played a lot of Sombra when she first came out, but outside of that, I don't know, it's kind of fun to play Reinhardt sometimes. I'm trying to think of anybody else that I really genuinely enjoy playing in that game, and I'm coming up kind of blank. I don't know. I don't know, I'm just not a big fan of Overwatch anymore. Yeah, the turret dude was kind of fun to play for the memes or whatever, but I have never fully recovered after playing WoW from the beta. A couple of years, and then the end game turned to shit. Or the game turned to shit. Yeah, I started WoW in the beta as well. I played a druid in the beta, and then when it dropped, I started basically the same character, played a druid, and you know I liked it, but I never got to the end game one time in World of Warcraft because I always got tired of doing what I was doing. And I came back to WoW a few times. I'll probably go back to it again at some point to just check it out, because there are parts of that game I really enjoy. Like when you first start a new character, it's kind of fun to do the stupid fetch and kill quests and unlock all your abilities and figure out how you can combo them and get new gear and stuff. It's fun. So I was what do they call it? Like MMO people call it an altaholic. I guess I'm an altaholic in World of Warcraft. I started like probably like I don't know 24 characters at least, and none of them ever were maxed out. I never got to the end game because by the time I got close to that, I just got tired of doing whatever I was doing. Got tired of the grind. Hey, babe. Got tired of the bullshit. Yeah, I like the first Dragon Age game, Origins. I played that. I've beaten that game like probably 10 times. I don't know. Beat it a couple of times when it was new, and then went back a few years ago and modded it. Like, it's one of those games that you can mod super extensively, and some of the mods increase the game's, like, I don't know, there's just like quality of life improvements and graphical improvements and just all kinds of, like, I don't know. Yeah, I'm gonna play some more Kenshi. I just can't right now. Like I said, I can't be at my computer right now. This chair is not, I can't raise, like, this chair I would be way low on my desk. I can't drag the fucking lazy boy in there. TJ's chair has the same problem that mine does. I can't sit in it. So it's just like I have no option. I've got to stay where I can be and know that I'm not going to be having constant back spasms, and this is one of those chairs. So yeah, I'd love to play some Kenshi. It'd be nice to take my mind off of shit. I mean, maybe I'll try and see if I can make myself comfortable enough to play it tonight, but I doubt it. What I need to be doing is what I'm doing right now, is sitting with my fucking TENS unit on in a position where my back isn't hurting and letting it heal a little bit. Because I think this morning I re-injured it. Not in the same way that I injured when I was lifting, but I think I kind of like I don't know, re-sprained it or whatever, because I genuinely did feel like it was better this morning when I first got up, and it wasn't until I was trying to bend to put my sock on in a weird way that I thought wouldn't strain my back that this level of pain started again. So if I'm smart about it and I like treat it well today, and then tomorrow morning I don't act like a fucking total asshole and just suck it up and ask Ashley to help me put my fucking socks on. If I do that, then I'll probably feel better tomorrow. And if I do that for a couple of more days, then my back will probably heal up. So that's what I'm banking on. A back brace is not going to help me right now, man. You don't understand. It's way low in my lower back. It's almost like sciatic nerve pain. It runs down my leg. It just aches. This is a back brace thing. I have a back brace somewhere. I'd be wearing it if I thought it would help me at all, but it would actually probably hurt me now. It would force me to straighten up in a way that would put pressure on the injury in my lower back, and I can't hang. I don't want any pressure on it. I don't want any massage of it. I put heat on it. And I have this TENS unit zapping it. That's all I'm doing for it. This back injury is making you seem like an old man? Yeah, well, I feel like one. Yeah, I feel like one, dude. Like, I literally feel like a hobbled old man right now. I wish there was an easy way for me to show you guys how I walk. It's retarded. But anyway, battery was about half when I started this, and it's about to die. So I'm going to end this. I'm going to go inside. Thank you guys. I'll see you later. Bye.